Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pikmin 2. In the last episode, we returned to our home planet only to be told that our company went bankrupt and they sold our ship without our permission to pay off their own debt, while telling us that we must go back to working full-time immediately before even spending any time with our family, whom we thought we'd never see again because we spent the last month marooned on a distant planet with only 30 days worth of breathable air and had to go back to this forsaken planet to do our job for God knows how long. It's just like America. Anyway, jumping in here after that long intro, we're going back to the Valley of Repose, the first main area of this game. And we're going to be exploring areas that we did not see here on our first visit. Here's our typical landing sequence. Clang, boom. Good morning, workers. Ready for another day of toiling for the profit of your company? Just like I said, America. So Pikmin seem to still be asleep inside their onion. What lazy creatures. Yeah, like you're really any better considering you didn't even move. No wonder they lack survival skills. Stand beneath the onion and press A to call them out. It's a dramatic zoom. It means something scary's gonna happen. No, not really. All we do is just stand beneath it and press A, and that's about it. You will always have 20 red Pikmin starting out this day because you're required to have 20 reds to carry back that first treasure, and there's no more sproutable Pikmin on that first day. We're gonna start off here with these pellet posies. I don't believe there's anything up here. There will be normally. If you look at the top of the screen, you'll see that there is now a timer. Every day in this game is limited to 13 minutes normally. There are some exceptions to this, however, in this game that were not in the first one, so we'll definitely be getting into that soon, actually. This first day, though, you're not really pressed for time much. In all honesty, you really aren't. Because, well, you'll see. You don't have to get a lot done on this first day. All you really have to do is just sprout as many Pikmin as you can, and then about halfway through the day, something's going to happen that'll automatically end the day, though. Just letting you know. Not for spoilers, though, but just letting you know. Just so you don't waste your time. Let's see here. Alright, they're going to carry those back. We're going to switch over to Louie here. See, this is what I meant by strategically switching to other captains. So we have Louie over here to take care of the Pikmin. Nope. Do that, okay. Louie's gonna go ahead and pluck these, and we're gonna need to get up to 35 Pikmin. Getting those 1 pellets that are hidden over there where I had Olimar go, that's not required though, you just need to get 35, which really isn't that hard to get up to. See, we already have it, like 36 even. Alright. Whoopee! Woohoo! Okay. Also, a reason why you're not going to want to rush too much on this first day, right here, this flower will eventually bloom into a 5 pellet. 5 red pellet to be exact, though, so you can get a lot of Pikmin through that. We don't really have anything else to do, though, so I'm going to have Olimar start running back while Louie is waiting for those Pikmin to carry back those pellets. So we'll do that. Got a little ahead of myself here. Like I said, no worries if you make any screw-ups on this day. This is really before you're getting penalized too badly for making mistakes, and believe me, in this game, they punish you for making mistakes later on. This game's a lot harder than the first one. A lot of people criticize the first one for being a little bit difficult. I don't know why, though, but people did. Alright, so, whopping 40 Pikmin now. Let's go ahead and crush this. We need to have 35 Pikmin to crush this paper bag so we can get through here. So we're going to do that. I would just recommend taking the time on this first day to get as many reds as you possibly can, and I'm showing you how to get as many as you possibly can. And yeah, I'm doing that just because, well, you'll see, I guess. It's a good idea to get your numbers up on a day like this where you're pretty much in this for a scripted amount of time, and you have like the potential to get a lot. So let's carry all those. Over there, new enemy. This was in the first game. That is a spotty bulborb. That is, well, not really the Goomba of this game. I guess you'd compare it to, I don't know, Bowser though. I don't know what I'd compare it to in all honesty. It's a tougher version of the main enemy, so I guess like a Mega Goomba, even though those weren't in Super Mario Bros. I'm trying to use like Mario 1 analogies. I don't know how I describe it. In this game though, you throw Pikmin a lot faster than you used to. So when fighting these guys, instead of using the C stick to attack them normally, you're going to want to throw. So we'll do that. Yeah! Not a single Pikmin lost. All right. That treasure over there requires a whopping 35 Pikmin to carry, though, so we can't do that yet. Looks like we're going to have about 60-something Pikmin when everything is all said and done. I'm going to go ahead and cut ahead to them carrying this stuff back just so it doesn't take up too much time. Okay, so over here we have a wall. We have 23 Pikmin with us, leaving some Pikmin left over for Olimar to work on getting that treasure. So we're going to give Olimar treasure duty while Louie is over there working on that wall with those Pikmin. I separated the Pikmin so we can multitask easily. And let's pluck these guys while they're working on that wall over there. See, it really allows you to get a lot more stuff done in a lot less time having 2 captains. It's just a lot more convenient in that aspect. I kind of wish that the captains could, like, warp to one another. You know, like, have, like, a teleport or something like that. Then again, Olimar is not Mario. He cannot be the teleporting trickster for crying out loud. But, speaking of that, a little interesting fact about Olimar and Louie is that Olimar's name is actually Mario backwards in Japanese. You know, Orima, Mario. So in terms of Japanese symbols, it's Mario backwards in Japanese. And also, if you hadn't guessed, Louie is meant to sound like part of Luigi, so, you know, just kind of how they're doing parallels to the Mario franchise. There's a lot of references to Nintendo stuff. I'll be sure to go over them as they become relevant, though. For the time being, nothing really. And there we go. And looks like they're about done with that. And there we go! They've busted down the wall. How could Pikmin destroy such a massive wall when mass their might is ferocious? Louie, did Olimar instruct you on proper Pikmin commanding protocol? Apparently not. Olimar, you are failing as your duty as a superior. Allow me to explain. Getting told by a ship. Seriously? Man. Stick expand group. This is all stuff that we've already gone over, using the C-stick to swarm your Pikmin, X to disband them. We went over all this in the, well, I guess the C-stick we didn't go over, though, but I already mentioned it in this video, so I don't know. Hopefully they can carry that back sooner. I don't believe you can have more than, actually, no, you can have more than 35 Pikmin on that. Something I should mention, you can have more Pikmin than what is required carrying items, and the more Pikmin you have carrying it, the faster it goes, obviously, though. But, once again, cut this off here so that we can get this item back soon, because yeah, these early days are a little bit slow, so we're not getting a lot of stuff done really fast. It's a lot of waiting involved. They said I was crazy, but I always knew crop circles were created by Pikmin. Alright, so treasure number 2. We have, I like how it looks like it has a face that's like, oh, with little eyes, utter scrap, and a stereotypical racist mustache. Okay, so with our whopping 70 red Pikmin, which I think is the most you can have, we're going to be going on ahead to where we're going to be, well, not really ending off today, though, but where our next destination is. Now, just letting you know, red Pikmin, even though they were the most useful in the first game, they really aren't that useful in this game. They're not very good. They are outclassed by other types of Pikmin. We'll get into that later, though, but yeah, they're not very useful in this game, though. So after this first day, you really don't need very many more. Warm air is welling up from the hole in the ground before you. Warm air is welling up from the hole. What could lie underground? What is wrong? You will show expressions of unease. Well, when you worded stuff like that, you know, it's kind of hard to not have your mind in the gutter. I mean, warm hole coming out... warm air coming out of a hole, and press A to jump in. Okay. Here, we're going to be getting into a new mechanic in Pikmin. In Pikmin 2, we have dungeons. Our first dungeon here, the Emergence Cave. Those 4 little circles would show you what hazards there were in this dungeon, if there were any, though, but there's not. So we're just going to enter here. And you always get your game save when you enter a dungeon, and also when you go to a lower floor, so you can redo these floors over and over again. I recommend resetting if you have really big losses that you're going to have a hard time recovering from. Really nice of them to do that. I love that sound effect. Intriguing. My heat sensors indicate that this hole's interior is warmer than on the surface, which is why the snow is still frozen down here. Analysis suggests subterranean areas may support different life forms than the surface. If you wish to check the underground terrain, press start / pause. Press start / pause, okay. I almost said plus start / pause. I was like reversationing. As he was saying, you can check the map here. The map only shows areas you've been to and where the exit is. This right here is basically your base. As you might notice, there's no onions down here. So you might be going like, well, what's going to happen if you defeat enemies? Like these right here, the new enemy, snow bulborbs, or dwarf snow bulborbs, technically. They work the same as regular bulborbs. You're just going to want to throw Pikmin directly on top of them to one-hit kill them. Not any more difficult than other bulborbs. The adults, though, are more difficult, though, which we'll get into later. But as for now, we're not going to be fighting the adult versions of these for quite a while. And here we have our first treasure inside of a dungeon. Citrus lump. Okay. So now that we're done with that, we're going to see what happens when we take an enemy back here. Now, just letting you know, it's not really that well worth it, though, so I'm not going to have all my Pikmin here. Just going to carry that back. What do we got here? How insulting! How can you possibly consider this beast a treasure? Beasts are incompatible with my circuitry. I suppose I will store my finds in your finds in my finds in your holes. But I do not think beasts will be worth much. Enemies are only ever worth 1 to 15 Pokos, depending on what they are. They are not by any means worth salvaging. Maybe the bosses, you know, that are worth 15 Pokos could be worth salvaging, though, but even I don't think they're that worth it. And here, they're just explaining, hey, look, it's a hole. It's what you just saw a few seconds ago, just like before. You were going to press A to jump in. This is to go down to the next floor. What's really, really nice about this is that you actually don't need to have your Pikmin with you when you're going on to the next floor. You can just go on in. Alright, we have 7-Up, the Quenching Emblem. So if you just want to have one of your captains run ahead, if you're like not trying to get 100%, then that's probably fine. And you might have heard that woo sound right there. That basically just means that you've collected all the treasure on that floor and you can just go on ahead. Alright, and we're coming down to the end of our first dungeon here. I know, came and went. Don't get used to it, they get a lot harder. Okay, so, I guess one last thing I should mention about dungeons, besides the fact that they have enemies that you will not find on the surface, is the dungeons typically have bosses. This one does not, however. And then also, dungeons are usually semi-randomly generated, but so if you're playing along at home, you might get a different dungeon layout than I get, but hey, not this time. This first dungeon's always the same. What is this? It's inconceivable that such an immense object has been buried here for so long. It's shiny, and shiny is good. The design of the outer shell resembles the surface of the planet as seen from space. Perhaps it can be used for something other than salvage. This here is an introduction of a special treasure. These do more things than just give you Pokos. They actually, like he was saying, do something other than salvage. But how will we ever lift it? I fear that even 100 red Pikmin will be unable to lift it. I got confidence in my squad at 70. And, wouldn't you know, it requires 101. Yeah, they were jerks. Let's kill him. There we go. And we got 3 up ahead here. Oh no, 3 enemies that we can one-hit kill. They're getting real with the difficulty now. Whatever will we do? Oh, it almost ate some, but we killed it before it was able to chomp down on it. Oh no. Oh wow, this is really so hard. Well, you know what? This all is about to get easier. Meet the violet candy pop bud, something that was not seen in the first game because it only grows underground, and we were not underground in the first game. Let's count the forest navel. Alright, so we have a flower building here. Clearly it's warmer down here than above. Look, the Pikmin are restless. They look as though they yearn to be tossed into the flower. Now, in the first game, you could transform Pikmin into other colors of Pikmin by throwing it, but we never saw violet ones. So, let's see what tossing them in here does. You can only toss 5 Pikmin into each of these until they disappear forever. Well, not forever, though, just until you come back to this dungeon. And from plucking this, we get the introduction of... Oh, Japanese racism! No, I'm kidding. Amazing, a purple Pikmin. It has hair and is quite stocky. It seems very heavy and strong. This kind of Pikmin was not mentioned in your report, Olimar. You must be slacking on the job. No, it's an entirely new type. For once, he's actually being optimistic about Olimar's abilities to document things. Transforming Pikmin, tossing them to flowers. Intriguing. Perhaps there are others. So yes, this is an entirely new type of Pikmin that was not discovered. These Pikmin, you can only get them by tossing them into candy pop buds. They cannot be harvested through an onion. Normally, they don't have an onion of their own because they're underground creatures. These Pikmin, demonstrating their power, they have a dive bomb attack when thrown, and one of them has the power to carry... They have the carrying power of 10 Pikmin carrying items, though, but they only have the speed of 1. Purples are also slower when walking. As you see, they're lagging behind the reds, so you have to wait for them to catch up. That dive bomb attack the purples have will instantly kill a small enemy, no matter what, as long as it's above it at some point during the throw. And even better than that, if it doesn't hit a small enemy, if it hits a big enemy instead, it'll at least stun the big enemy. So, yeah, these things are really powerful. Plus, if that was not enough, in battle, they have the strength of 3 Pikmin when attacking, so they outclass Reds by a whole double, because Reds have a 1.5 multiplier on their attacks, whereas Purples have a 3 times multiplier. So yeah, Purples are awesome. Downside, they are not immune to any element. So any sort of hazard or attack that hits them, they will not be immune to any sort of attack, whereas Reds are immune to fire. So yeah, that's pretty much how that goes. We're done with this. Come on, guys. All right, there we go. And now, this right here, as you might notice, like it said, it resembles the planet's, surface seen from space. That is because the Pikmin planet, as discussed in interviews with Miyamoto, is actually Earth after the extinction of humans, and the treasure in this game is just remnants that humans left behind on this planet after our extinction. It's basically in a time when plants and animals, as well as, like, animals and fungi, like, genetically came together into, like, single, kingdoms. There is a device resembling a microchip embedded in the sphere, retrieving data. Air can only retrieve a portion of the data. Why can't you just look at it if you want to look at all the regions? Did decode a portion of the data, I can receive a new geographical charts. I will introduce data into my planetary database and name it the Sphere Chart. Press start, slash pause to contact me, and go to the Explorer's Kit with L. Alright, so this is the introduction, like I said, of special treasures. You can go press L to go here. Not press L to P, press L to go here, and you can see all these items. Some of these items will allow us to go to new areas in the game, so we actually discover new areas by getting special treasures. We also get upgrades to Olimar and Louis' suits a la Metroid in this way. So they added dungeon crawling elements to this game, and they also added upgrading your suits. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool. You can get various new abilities added to Olimar and Louis, so they do a lot more than just throw Pikmin and swarm them like in the first game. So you actually are able to do a lot more with them. But now that we're done with that, we want to approach this geyser. Astounding, he says. Water is shooting out of this geyser with incredible force. Sensors indicate that it has enough power to launch you into the air. Approach it, press A to try. Ooh, shiny hole. Better than a hole with warm air coming out of it. Hole with hot air coming out of it. Sounds like my mouth. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so I'd say we had a pretty good run there. No Pikmin lost. We got 482 Pokos. I like it. And also, as you see right there, we got every single treasure in this dungeon. When collecting every single treasure in a dungeon, what you'll want to do is, if you want to hear the secret tune, there's a secret song that'll play. You want to wait on the screen for about 3 minutes. I'm going to cut ahead to that. It is the same secret tune that is found in Luigi's Mansion, as well as many other games that Kazumi Totaka has composed the music for. And you guys might have heard the song in Animal Crossing and Mario Paint, where the song really isn't hidden that well. And a lot of people know this song, they just don't know that it's a secret in many Nintendo games than just those couple. So, without further ado, let's cut ahead to that. Pretty well hidden secret, wouldn't you say? Anyway, let's go ahead and save here now that we've had our good long run. And there we go. Now back to the Valley of Repose. And dang, that geyser shot us all the way. You know how far that hole was away from base? Dang! That is one powerful geyser, and even shot us up through all the floors, too. You have successfully returned to the planet's surface. Excellent decision-making, gentlemen. We must celebrate your first successful spelunking expedition. That's a fun word to say, spelunking. You've gathered a large amount of data that needs in-depth analysis. I shall report back to the President tonight detailing your progress. And for whatever reason, they end the cutscene there just to begin another cutscene immediately after. Olimar and Louis, since you'll explore a new area tomorrow, today's work is done. What, you still want to work? Unacceptable. You may not realize it, but you are exhausted. I like how when I actually want to continue playing, because this is a fun game, you're not going to let me. but at the beginning of a day when you call it toiling for the profit of our company, you won't let us stop? Yeah, great, thanks. You should take a much-needed rest, as you have all the time you need to collect the treasure. Like it was saying there, we do not have a 30-day time limit like we had in the first game, so we can take as many days as we need to. Haste makes way, so take it slow and steady. I don't think our boss would like to hear that we're taking it slow and steady on the job when it means him getting money out of us. Alright, as you see there, the purple Pikmin go into the ship's hull. That is because, like I said, they do not have an onion of their own. You cannot harvest new ones. You can only get them by transforming other Pikmin into purple. Okay, let's see how we did today. I think we had a really good day in terms of progress. So we got 4 new treasures, not bad. Dang, we have pretty good counts here. Let's see here. Still haven't lost any Pikmin. Wow, okay, let's see how long we can keep that up for. Probably not any more days than we already have. Okay, let's see what we got. You've got mail. Steps first, Alemar. Planned well, and don't worry about me. Our debt is with Happy Hokotate's savings and loan, after all. Besides, there's nothing left to repossess. So ha! I love the president. This guy needs to be in Brawl, or not Brawl, the next Smash Brothers game. Seriously, he does. He's awesome. And here comes the epic music. I love that tune when you discover a new area. Alright, so now in the second area, the Awakening Wood, which is where we're going to be heading off tomorrow, you might notice that on this map selection screen you have winter, spring, summer, and fall. Yeah, just each area is represented by each of the seasons, so. Anyway, now that we have discovered a brand new area and cleared our first dungeon, next time on Pikmin 2, we are going to be going to the Awakening Wood and hopefully discovering more types of Pikmin as well as more treasures and possibly more enemies. See you guys then.